Joe, first off, any update on Patra? It looked like kind of a pretty dangerous play there.
I don't have an update yet. I will have something more tomorrow morning. Obviously, he didn't return to the game tonight.
Yeah. And just the first period, you're out shooting them 16-1, and then boom, the guy comes out of the box and scores. Is there a feeling there of here we go again, or what's the feeling there?
I don't think so. I thought that that was the type of game that we wanted to see here tonight. And I thought again, 2 games in a row now, we've came out, we're ready to play. We had probably, I want to say 5 or 6 scoring opportunities before their goal. We weren't able to capitalize, but, in the short term, that's how we want to play, like we did tonight. The goal, no. I mean, you can look at the shot clock, but our guys didn't get discouraged. They stayed with it. We continued to play pretty good hockey for the most part. Obviously, we didn't get the points, which is the most critical thing, but I do believe long term, after that game, there's some stuff to build on for our group.
When a guy scores coming out of the penalty box the way Romanov did, is that just kind of an organic thing? Is there a strategy to maybe keep a guy back, or is it just because guys are being aggressive on the power play, you have to get caught?
No, we had an opportunity. We were attacking off the elbow on the opposite side. The shot got blocked. We're in our 1-3-1 structure, so it was a good block by them, and they go down 2-on-1 against us. So we defended it, the way we wanted to. We wanted to try to keep it to the outside as best we could.
Joe, is that one of those games where you feel like you just have to kind of tip your hat to Sorokin for the way he played in net, or is it one of those where you feel like maybe you missed out on a couple of points that could have been there?
No, I think the goalie was really good for them tonight. I think he was the difference in the game tonight. I'll have to look at, obviously, the number of chances we generated, but it seemed like it was enough. It seemed like we had some good quality chances as well, not just scoring chances, some quality chances. We did a better job after the first getting in front of him. I thought the first we had some good chances, but he saw some pucks. After that, we did a better job of getting in front of him. But, no, he was really good tonight.
David, the level of frustration after a loss like that, where you obviously outplayed them for much of the game.
Yeah, frustrated, obviously, we had chances, goalie, both goalies play amazing game, so obviously, the break, he had like Sway, Sorokin had a great night, and frustrating, obviously, we have a big weekend ahead of us, can't sit on frustration and, gonna move forward and start, like we played last 13-14 minutes, very energized and had a good looks, and how I said the goalies play really well on the both ends.
What's it going to take, David, to kind of get over that hump?
Probably 1-0 win.
David, is it hard not to overreact when it's been a few games and then all of a sudden you played as well as you guys did, run into a hot goalie? Is it hard not to just kind of let that overflow?
Yeah, 100%, especially when every point matters for us, and we are in a dogfight. Can I say that? Yeah. In a dogfight, and we need every single point. So it's different if you're sitting on the first place of Atlantic, and you get a couple of OT losses. You look at them differently than we're looking at them now. So for sure, it's frustrating. Yeah.
Does it lessen the frustration at all, knowing that you played well?
We're gonna look at the positive. It's definitely was a much better game. The energy was there, the chances was there. I think every line played a pretty good game. Unfortunately, we got down 2-0 against a team like Islanders. That anytime they get the lead, they lock it in, and they are really good at it. And they don't give you much, and they don't give you much when it's even game. And if a team like that gets ahead, it's hard to generate chances and score goals. So it's unfortunately we got behind this team, because against a team like Islanders, you play with the lead. It's much better outcome usually.
David, how frustrating can it be when you have a guy like Ilya Sorokin playing as well as he was this game tonight?
Yeah, obviously that's the last thing we needed, to come and Ilya play a game like tonight. So we just maybe needed to get one behind earlier, and could be a different game. But how I said, tough timing.
Were you able to check in with Matt after that game?
Not yet, honestly. I haven't. It's unfortunate, It's as a player, you make sure the door is always closed, so you don't want to see that, and you definitely don't want to see a guy push him in the around the doors. I mean, yeah. So hopefully Matty's going to be all right. Haven't seen him yet.
David, is there personal frustration that you have this pretty remarkable point streak, but the team's not getting results?
Yeah, I mean, I said it. I will give the point streak for the wins, and I'm playing in the team sport, so I just want to get it up and get back on the winning streak, and I'm not focusing on anything else than our team game right now, and obviously trying to do my best to help the team, but that's not my focus, honestly.
Brad, what have you guys done well at home, even tonight, without the result that you need to take on the road?
I like the way we were just hounding pucks. I think sometimes you get on the road, you sit back a little bit. But I mean, if we continue to hound pucks the way we did, play below the goal line and get pucks in that, I mean, we're going to be a good team. So yeah, just got to keep building that.
Brad, you've talked before about when you play the right way, the results will come. How frustrating is it when you play a game as well as you played tonight against Toronto?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how tight the margins are right now. This time of year, everything tightens up, and it just shows that little mistakes cost games, and so we really have to limit the amount of mistakes we make. We had two pretty good games here that we lost, and should have come away with some points. But again, it's just margins, so you have to remember that moving forward.
Brad, does this team kind of need a pressure release right now, just given the frustration and in the different ways the frustration has manifested itself?
I mean, talk about frustration. I don't think that we feel frustrated all the time. I mean, I think there's moments where you're frustrated that you didn't get the outcome you wanted, or maybe we didn't play to our standard. But we don't come to the rink every day frustrated. So yeah, obviously this is disappointing that we had a good game and we didn't get the points we would have liked. But there's games where we didn't play well at all and got points. That's just the way the game goes. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that we're super frustrated when we get together. It's just sometimes this is what the situation dictates that you have to work through.
Let me word it another way.
Okay.
How badly does this team need to be rewarded with a victory to have something to kind of just as a jumping off point?
Yeah, I mean, I think a victory that's kind of the reward at the end of the day. But the process is really what dictates getting that reward, and it is nice for sure to get the wins and get the points when you have games like this, but that's just reassuring that we're doing the right thing. So I think the biggest thing is win or lose, or we have to continue to realize and watch a video and understand the way that we need to play, and I think we're getting that. We're getting a little bit better at it, a little more in sync, and obviously we're missing two of our best team men, not just our best team men, two of the best defensemen in the league. So those things have an impact, but I think it's about the process every day, and but yeah, obviously it feels good when you play well, you do the right things to get a win at the end of the day, 100%.
Do you feel like the process has been good in practices?
I think, I mean, I haven't been around since a break in practice a whole lot. And then when we're back, I took a day there, so I can't speak from the break on necessarily how the execution's been every day in practice. But from what I hear, it's been good, and I felt it was fine this morning. I liked how we practiced this morning. So yeah, we just have to continue to do that. That's where it starts for us always.
Brad, personally, you've known nothing but success in your career. So what's this like?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. We missed the playoffs twice. It's been a while, and we've lost some big moments through my career too. So I think the biggest thing is when you go through adversity, and it comes in all kinds of different ways, and it really just tests your character, and there's ways you got to try to find to work through it. and usually the way you do that is as a group, and it does. At the end of the day, you don't always achieve every goal you're shooting for, but that's what builds great bonds and great friendships when you go through this adversity together. And we're doing that. Obviously, it hasn't been the season that we've wanted, and we haven't had the success that we would have liked this time of the year. But the good thing is that we're coming together over it. And at the end of the day, we may not achieve what we hope to this year, but that doesn't mean that we can't build for something greater and bring it back next year. So, we're going to work every single day to continue to improve and build our game, and we're going to claw and fight every single day to get into the playoffs here. It's a dogfight, and these are the moments that, regardless of how they turn out, you embrace them and you enjoy them, because every game matters. The intensity is very high right now, and this is what it's all about, that competitiveness. You can't replicate anywhere else in life, and it's the rush that you get, and we're going through that every night right now. So it's just about embracing it every day and leaving our best on the ice, and hopefully it goes our way here.
What's your role in this and helping guys get through it?
I think my thing has always been, I just try to work every day, and I try to keep the mood upbeat. It's how I've always been. And sometimes you have a quieter group or younger guys, and it's just about talking a little bit more and communicating more. But for me, and I think I've learned this a lot from the older guys that I've watched tonight and led the teams I was on, but they're first and foremost the hardest working guys every day, and so that starts there.
The play that Matt was hurt on, was that just a free play, or was there something that could have been prevented with the door open?
I honestly didn't get a look at it. I haven't seen a replay yet, so I can't comment on it.
Pasta said he's more concerned about wins than a point streak, but when you look at what he's been able to do in these 16 games, what do you think of that?
I mean, he should be very high in the MVP candidate race right now. He's on another level, and it's impressive to watch him every night and the things that he does. He just creates so much for this group, and he's leading the charge right now. So it is. I mean, we know, we get to see it every day. We understand the talent that he is, but he's rising to another level right now where he's one of the best in the league, and it's fun to watch.
Brian, how do you keep the mindset right when you're out shooting them 16-2, but then you find yourself down 1-0?
Yeah, I mean, that happens. It's part of it. I think that it's one of those things where you just realize that you're doing a lot of good things, and if you keep pushing, it should break at some point. It obviously didn't tonight the way we would have hoped it to. Their goalie played really well. He made a lot of big saves. He won them that game.
Nikita, when you have the ice tilted in your favor most of the game, the way you did, and you don't get the result, just how frustrating was that?
Yeah, I mean, we had 3 games since the break. Could have won all of them. Could have lost all of them. It's hard to win in this league. Sometimes you put up 37 shots, you get a lot of scoring chances. You feel like you're dominating the game, and it doesn't go your way. It's tough, but we have no choice to keep fighting. There's still a lot of positivity, still a lot of belief and pride in this room. We're gonna play until the last game. So I think obviously there's a lot of teams fighting. We're still up there. Gonna have a hard back-to-back 2 afternoon games, the Saturday, Sunday. It's a big for us. We haven't been playing well on the road, so I think it's time to turn the page and have 2 good road games.
What have you guys done really well at home throughout the season that's been reflected in your overall record at home that you need to bring onto the road and do well there?
Good starts. I think most times when we have a good start at home, you can see right away the crowd behind it. We are engaged. We're making plays, executing plays all the time. So I think that's definitely in the mindset. Like on the road, obviously you get different matchups because of the second change. So the coach is trying to match up the specific players, but the last change always at the home team. So I mean, sometimes you get stuck for the long shift. There's icing, and they put their top line in there, so you just gotta hang in there. So I think it's just overall effort. Road games are a little bit different to play than home. I would say you want to protect the lead. You want to play a little bit more defensive, and yeah, I mean, obviously, like we have no time to think about what we can do better. Like we have to do it. You know, like we can get away those games, get away those points. So I think it's like we just got to bring the overall 60 good effort next road 2 road games.
Is it kind of like a thing, we've been there, we've done this in our careers, we know what it looks like when we're playing a good road away from home?
Yeah, absolutely. It lays on the shoulder of the guys like me, like Marchand, like Pastrnak, like Lindy, like with the experience. Obviously, we have a young team, and I feel like the experienced guys usually lead the road games, those playoff games. So I think we just gotta lead by example, and other guys like pull older guys in.
Is the way that Pastrnak got hurt especially frustrating, given you guys already have some guys injured and it could have been perhaps avoided if the door had stayed closed?
Yeah, well, you answer your own question, right? I mean, was a backup goal to open the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just gotta be a little bit more patient up there. Obviously, it's just unlucky play. I mean, obviously, it's hate to see a young guy go down, especially he's been playing really well for us. So, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, but we gotta all the guys to step up and take his spot and contribute it as well.